Grab your fam and get ready to squish! Cause it's time for family art making. What's up, Ringling fam? It's Kallie, and today's project is squishy, silly, and spooky, of course. That's right, we're making squish monsters. The fun thing about squish monsters is no matter how many times you make them, they're always gonna look different. And it's super easy to make. You can make them as easy or as complex as you want. It's up to you. But before I teach you how to make your own squish monster, y'all know what to do. We have to look at some art from the Ringling collection first. So let's head over there and do that. In our collection, we have a painting that tells a pretty crazy story about a monster. You can actually see it at the museum right now in Gallery 9. So if you want to visit us on a Monday for free, you can come see it in real life. But this painting tells a Greek myth or a story, and usually Greek myths explain something about how the world works, usually with supernatural characters and gods and goddesses and things like that. And this one tells the story of Perseus and Andromeda. So in Greek mythology, there was a kingdom that was ruled by a beautiful queen named Cassiopeia. But Cassiopeia, she might have been beautiful, but she knew it. And she claimed that her beauty was superior. It was even better than the beauty of sea nymphs. And when the sea nymphs heard about this, they were obviously pretty upset, as someone would be when there's some queen going around saying she's more beautiful than you. Like, who does that? So rude. So they told their dad, whom you might have heard of. His name is Poseidon. He's the god of the sea. They told their dad what this queen lady was up to, and he said that he would take care of it for them. So Poseidon got this sea monster to hang out at the coast of the sea of the kingdom. And here it is right here. And as you can see, it's pretty darn spooky looking, all right? I definitely wouldn't want that thing patrolling the beach of my kingdom if I were her. So to get rid of this monster, the queen did what any normal, sane person would do. She decided with her husband to sacrifice their daughter, Andromeda, to the monster. And here's Andromeda over here. Yep, she is chained to a rock. You can see it right here on her wrist. And she's about to get eaten by this sea monster. You might notice that Andromeda is not wearing any clothes. In art, we call that nude. And if you think about it, it makes sense, because if that sea monster is going to eat her, her clothes would get stuck in his teeth. That aside, this is not the end of our story. As you can see, there is a man on a horse up here, which, yes, that horse is in the sky. You might have heard of Pegasus if you've ever watched the movie Hercules, the Disney movie. It's one of my favorites. So this is Pegasus, and on top of him is Perseus, the other person in the title of this painting. And Perseus is on his way home from defeating Medusa. You might have heard of Medusa. She is the lady with snakes for hair, and when you look at her, into her eyes, you turn into stone. So he's just defeated her, actually chopped her head right off, and on his way home, he sees Andromeda, and he must save this woman from the sea monster that's gonna kill her. And so he did. And they actually fell in love, even though Andromeda was engaged to this other guy. But no worry, Perseus and her fiance had a big argument at the wedding. But Perseus did what any brave hero would do, and he held up the defeated Medusa's head, and her fiance was turned into stone. So that is quite a crazy story of a monster. So when we make our own squish monsters, which might not look as spooky as this one, but it can, let's try to make up our own stories, maybe some of our own myths, to go along with our different monsters and see what we can come up with, okay? So let's get started. For this project, all you need is some paper, some paint, and then maybe some markers or jewels or anything like that that you might want to add to your monster later. But at first, all you need is paper and paint. To make your squish monster, you want to fold your paper in half, make a good crease on the edge, open it back up, and then you want to place your paint right in that crease line. You can put one drop, a bunch of drops. You'll see throughout the video I do a lot of different kinds, but for this first one, I'm going to start off with one drop of paint. Then you want to close it back up and rub the paint around the paper. Try not to squish it so hard that you squish the paint out the sides, but if you do, it's okay. It's easy to clean up. You'll see that I did that later on. You want to squish it around in all different directions, and then when you open it back up, it'll look like this, or something kind of like this, or maybe not like this at all. You'll see, like I said, no matter what you do, no matter how many times you do it, it's gonna look different. So for my first squish monster, I decided to turn him upside down, and I just used a piece of paper and a marker to cut out little circles and give him some eyeballs. I also used my arms to draw him some squiggly wiggly spooky arms. And after the paint dries, I might go back in and give him a mouth or something like that, other kind of features. The second squish monster, I did 3 different dots of paint in the crease and smoothed that out, and you can see the shape is completely different. So I thought that this one-eyed guy kind of looked like an alien or something, so I decided to go in with a green marker and give him all kinds of limbs and polka-dotted ears and polka-dotted legs. He's quite funny looking. This next squish monster, I did a little bit of pink and purple to see how it would look, and I loved mixing the 2 colors together, so give that a try. And I gave this little friend some fangs and 3 eyes, also pink and purple, and I think she might be my favorite, and I'll add some more details to her later when she dries. This final squish monster, I tried something a little bit different. I added some glitter glue in with the pink, and I thought that looks pretty good, but I wanted to add more color, so I went back in over and over and over again with different colors, kept smushing it around, and it turned out really, really pretty. I really like this squish monster. I gave this squish monster a lot of details. I gave her some sparkly gold eyes and a mouth, some wiggly, squiggly arms, some little squiggly antennas, some little funky polka dot teeth, and I even went in and drew some little flowers on her tentacle arms and added some little gemstones on top of those just to make her extra beautiful since she is all glittery and pink and purple. I thought she was very elegant, if you will. I'm going to encourage you to take your squish monsters one step further. Remember how we looked at that painting about the Greek myth earlier? I think that you could come up with some great stories about your different squish monsters. I'm going to give it a whirl right now and see what I can come up with, and I would love to hear yours, so please share your squish monsters and their squishy, spooky, silly stories with us, either on the Ringling's Facebook page, the Family Program's Facebook page, or you can email us as always at education@ringling.org. So let me jump in and give these squish monsters some names and some funny stories. So first up we have this little fella. Coming back to him earlier, I said that this star up here, maybe it gives him all his powers. So I think this shall be Squaggles. And Squaggles is an alien from outer space who gets all of his supernatural fire powers from that shiny star on his head. If anyone were to take that star off his head, he would just turn into a goat. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Next up, we have this friend, who I also said looked like an alien before, but I think he's a teeny tiny microscopic alien that lives on Pluto. And you see how he has all these little fingers and toes and ears? That's what he uses to communicate with his other little tiny green alien microscopic sized friends. They touch their little dots together, and that's how they communicate with each other. And he only has one eye because when you're that tiny, you gotta have a big eye so you can see everything. Next up, we have this very lovely lady. We shall call her Madame. And Madame is a creature made of sparkles and glitter. And you do not want to get on her bad side. Although she looks very happy, right? You see her smile. Be careful. Those wiggly, squiggly arms and antennas can wrap around you and squeeze you in a hug so tight you'll forget to breathe. And you'll turn into a big pile of dust and glitter. And that's not what anybody wants. Madame. And finally, my favorite friend. This is Fangs. She is named after her ginormous fangs. She also has 3 eyes because, why not? Why wouldn't she have 3 eyes? Wouldn't you want to have 3 eyes? But this, you see that little tiny one? That's actually used to read people's minds. Ooh. And the horns on her head, they're just for decoration. She would never hurt a fly. She knows too much about everybody from that 3rd eye to worry about hurting anybody with the horns, because she knows all their secrets. And those are all of my squish monster friends and all of their squishy, spooky, silly stories that I came up with off the top of my head. I'm sure yours will be even better and more intricate and more detailed. Again, please send them to us. We would love to hear them. We'd love to share them with the rest of the Ringling fam, because I know you guys get creative and have great ideas. But that's all I have for you today. I hope you had fun. If you didn't have fun, Madame will find you and turn you into a pile of glitter. Well, not really. But anyway, I will see you next time at the same time in the same place. Bye!